Hello, thanks for joining us today. It's another episode of Path to the Peak, and today we're opening up a box of Brilliant Stars. We're also going to be giving out some prizes. Stay tuned. Okay, so Brilliant Stars is upon us. Here we are, we're opening up a box. Today we're just going to be cracking these open, trying to get the best pulls we can. And basically, long story short, someone's going to get an ETB. Can you see it behind me? Yeah, you're going to get one of these Brilliant Stars ETBs. Okay? But before we get to the opening, I just want to let you know that today's packs are brought to you by AY Financial, part of the Wealth Seekers team. Learn to invest in today's new reality. If you ever been given advice like, if you stop buying coffee or anything that you enjoy in life, somehow that'll help you save up to buy a house, that's bad advice. So if you are actually in the market to try to learn how to invest appropriately and, try to save up for something that's actually meaningful in a way that's actually like achievable within your lifetime, then come contact the information below. Talk to Alan Yu, which is me. But anyways, now let's get to the exciting stuff. Brilliant Stars. So we're going to be opening these packs, and all in all, I love this set. I love all Pokemon card sets, but Brilliant Stars is a special place in my heart, mainly because, first there's a lot of cool cards. That's number one. But because they have the character rare slot, I have to just say there's like something very satisfying about having the ability to get just more shininess when you open up cards, right? Because as you're aware, this is like a standard Pokemon card, right? It's like nothing particularly exciting. Um, but basically, Pokemon kind of goes out of their way to, really be like, by the way, it's very obvious that this card is more rare because it's like a full art picture, or it's like particularly shiny and whatever. The ability to pull out like a proper hit out of a pack, it's technically it's very low in a booster box, right? You only probably get on average like let's just say six regular V's. You get like I don't know, three of some other kind, three of an ultra rare. And basically, like out of like any given box, you might only get like, I don't know, 10 good cards. But now you have like a set here that has like these trainer cards. Oh, very nice. Or character rares that all have, first of all, like beautiful artwork. Aside from the fact that, they're like nice and shiny and like they're like a full art picture, it's very important to note it's beautiful, every single picture. And if you're the kind of person who has collected VMAX Climax, which is Japanese set for those of you who don't know, then there's nothing really new, I guess, for you here. But, some people, they want the cards in English, right? So this is your opportunity to get some of these pictures. And already, right now, I guess it's like worth noting, but it's kind of a wild west when it comes to the pricing of like the singles right now, right? But that's because, let's say, too bad. Oh, this is, by the way, very good in sealed format. But anyway, that's right. When a set is brand new, like right now at the time of this recording, Brilliant Stars is theoretically not out for the general public. It won't be actually out until this Friday. But if you're like a special store that has like a pre-release or something, then you're already allowed to start selling the cards. So your local game store might have actually been able to provide you with some, but still, basically there's not that many cards floating around right now. So a lot of the prices that you see, they are everywhere. Because like I said before, it's basically a Wild West. Oh, Mimikyu VMAX. Not bad, not bad. So we got one hit so far. I personally collect singles, right? And I actually like to look everywhere, whether it's like my local game stores, eBay, like just Facebook groups, whatever. And you could look up any given card. Let's say Marnie's Pride, a card that I don't have yet, by the way. Marnie's Pride is like some people are trying to charge over $100 Canadian, and then other people are charging only like $80. Some people have the audacity to try to charge $240. But in the end, I guess really it'll come down to supply and demand and what the market tolerates, right? So I don't know what the real price of Marnie will be, but oh look, Marnie's Pride. But all I know is, you can buy Marnie for less than 3 digits. But then on average, it's people are trying to sell it for more. And that goes with like a lot of cards, right? Gloria, I actually don't even know how rare she technically is yet because she's part of that 30 card subset. you know, the character rares that take up the hollow, like the reverse hollow slot. So in theory, she shouldn't be that rare, but you know, she's still like a, you know, like a girl basically on a card. So that automatically means her valuation will be like naturally a little bit higher. And I guess ultimately she is actually kind of playable. But again, I don't know how truly rare like the card is. So what is the real price? All I know is you can buy that card for like around $50 if you can find it, but you could also buy it for around $100. So I don't know. What's notable, I'm sure you guys have probably seen, or maybe you haven't, but I guess as a collector, I can give you some information. You'll probably have noticed that the Japanese version from VMAX Climax is, you know, like around $100, but like when it was new, it was selling for like, you know, more than that, let's say 150 or so. Um, yeah, but what ends up happening though is that card will probably be more expensive than the English version, no matter what, and there will probably always be some kind of discrepancy between the prices of those cards because oh, okay, skip some cards. But look, they're pretty nice. Look, I talked earlier about like, you know, beautiful pictures, right? Character art, really beautiful. I love this. And Haxorus, oh thanks. The thing is, in VMAX Climax, where Gloria is from, that's like legitimately an ultra rare card, i.e., unless you're lucky and you got like a God pack or something like that. When you open up a box of VMAX Climax, which only has 10 packs, there will only be one ultra rare. Therefore, the odds of actually getting the Gloria is actually like not that high. But in the English packs, technically she's, you know, not occupying that rare slot. She's occupying that, you know, like the character rare. And again, I don't know what the actual percentages are. I don't think there's enough data out there to know like what the like real pull rate is for Gloria. But all I know is, unless weird things happen, it shouldn't be as expensive as the Japanese version ultimately. By the way, in my pre-release, I played with this card, and in sealed format, it's quite gross. Not as good as Lucario though, I'll tell you that. Maybe if you're the kind of person who likes to collect all the singles and stuff, don't get me wrong. If you know you want the card, and like you don't really care that much about like, you know, oh well, it might be $20 more or less later, and I'll just like pick it up. Don't worry about it then. Pay whatever price you want for the card. Though I feel like if you're like a particularly seasoned collector, you have an idea of like what the card valuation will be over, you know, like let's just say the next few months. But there are definitely some cards that are like really high right now. You know, the Charizards, the Arceus, Altarts, and things like that, all in like the over $200 range. And oh look, Charizard V, normal kind, very nice, very nice. You might know, you know, like kind of what price like is like the threshold that you want to be in. But if you're like really just trying to get like you know, like play sets of Charizards or something for a deck or whatever like that, now is likely not the best time, because you're literally trying to buy when there's lowest supply, and a lot of people are kind of like being a little like opportunistic with like the valuation of what they're trying to sell for. So long story short, this is a long-winded way of saying the prices will probably come down for most cards, but for some, you know, like we might be looking at the market valuation right now. I can tell you firsthand, valuation is everywhere. Like with certain cards, like let's just say, Kindler. That's a card that's like kind of seen as like a playable card, right? And I have opened up a Kindler, which is like very happy. I have also purchased a few Kindlers from a local game store of mine. And then I have seen Kindlers for sale, both locally and online. And I'll tell you right now, that card really varies in value. I've bought one for as low as currently $12. Not bad. Then I see I see a store had it for $50. That's too much. So that's why right now, it's, if you're looking for certain like cards, especially when it comes to like playable cards, it's really up to you. But I would say that you're probably better off waiting the week or whatever until you know, the official release of the set. Charizard $250. Like the alt art. I actually don't know if that's overpriced or not, because like if you look right now, yes, you can talk about how like Rayquaza from Evolving Skies, the VMAX, the alt art, like when the set was brand new, it was about like $300 Canadian or so. And don't get me wrong, in today's world, that is actually considered a little high. But while the price of Rayquaza VMAX has fluctuated over time, now here we are. Months and months have passed. I don't think a year has passed yet, but a fair amount of time has passed. And Rayquaza is still hovering around the over $200 mark, $250 maybe. Like, you're not surprised if you see Rayquaza VMAX Altart for $250. So that being said, I mean, if you're an early adopter and paid $300 for the card, I know $50 is not like, it's not nothing, but in the big scheme of things, you're paying 3 digits for the card anyway. What's $50? So right now, Charizard VMAX, if you are gonna ask me like personally, like, yo, what do you think is worth more, Charizard or Rayquaza? I'm gonna say Charizard. so actually, maybe $250 is an okay price. Maybe it's the real price. Who knows? But all I know is that's also a card I don't have. So it would be really nice to see this come out here, right? But I don't know if you guys, maybe you can tell me. Oh, maybe you guys can tell me like what cards you've gotten an opportunity to rip open. Maybe what cards have you you're looking to actually get, like what is like your actual chase card. Hint, hint. Writing comments related to the questions that I ask might be related to the pricing. So maybe you should actually comment if you haven't already. But yeah, I as a collector, I know you guys don't know that much about me because we haven't been hanging out that long, but I like to collect many things in the Pokemon hobby, and in the card game. Oh, never seen that picture. Very nice. Oh, Empoleon. I actually I kind of mainly collect full art trainers. That's really my jam. I love them. But I do also kind of expand a bit, and I actually do collect the alt art Pokemon as well. I'm not really a vintage collector kind of person. I like, obviously, like vintage is like kind of like the classic Pokemon collection, right? And I understand that people like that, but it's just not for me. I actually used to play Pokemon, like very, very like casually, when it was like brand new, when I was a kid and I didn't really understand games. And you know back in the day, of course I loved like the fact that these were like Pokemon cards, but back in the day I didn't actually really like the look of the cards or the art. Oh, look at that reverse hollow boss's order, it's beautiful. um oh, Morpeko V, look at that, very nice, very nice. Here, just in case, I don't know if you guys how much you want to actually look at it, but boom. But anyway, with but even back then when I was young and saw the new Pokemon card games, or the new Pokemon cards, I didn't particularly like the art style on them, on a lot of them. I know all the pictures look a little different, but it really wasn't for me. But I've always kind of liked like brighter, more like vivid colors, and seeing that like a lot of these cards were like not like the most beautifully illustrated and like kind of washed out with the overall colors and stuff. It really wasn't something that I was interested in collecting, but I understand why people do like it. It's Pokemon. So now, fast forward like 20, 25 years later, like obviously, old Pokemon cards that are in good condition, they're, very expensive. Everyone knows. We all might have seen on our news feed, even people who don't play Pokemon or collect it, like, man sells Charizard for $170,000 US and stuff. Like, pretty impressive for like an old, like, not exactly beautiful card. Eye of the beholder, I suppose. But the point is, that card, like today's cards, like as far as like when it comes to production, are actually more rare than like any old Charizard. But the Charizard, of course, the trick here is, do you have a good condition one that has survived 25 years? So yes, as far as like literal numbers today, oh, Shaymin V-Star, very nice, very nice. Very beautiful, very beautiful. Cards today, like, now there's actually like different rarities. Back in the day, all cards were just rare, right? There's like common, uncommon, and rare, and that's all it was. But in today's world, there's actually, like ultra rare and secret rare, in addition to like the real hit rares, right? Forget the bulk rares. Like, I'm not talking about like, random non like real rare that, like, but they still put the star on, like these cards that we pulled, right? when it comes to like real rares, there's many different levels of rarity. And I'll tell you right now, like if you buy a booster box, I know like you're kind of like probably going to get like a certain ratio, but I'll tell you right now, you only get 0 to 2 secret rares in a booster box. So that being said, like that means actually cards that are like, like secret rare alt arts and stuff in like in the new world of like Pokemon, they're way harder to get than the old Charizards were. Oh, look at this. Beautiful. Beautiful. See? But in person, it's really something else to behold. But anyway, so with today's cards, like for instance, like if you're gonna get like, you know, Umbreon VMAX Alt Art, right? Like that card around like still $300 right now, right? That card is a legitimately hard to get card, and its desirability and the fact that it's popular, it's a modern card that's like worth $300. Like it's, so it shows you that like there is a scarcity involved in this card. But the thing with modern cards though is like a lot of people like, oh crap, oh, first of all, great, wow, I haven't actually pulled this one. That's so beautiful, I love it. But anyways, so when it comes to like let's just say these new cards and collecting, oh yeah, people basically you'll hear a lot of people talk about like, oh, they're gonna hold on to these cards and invest. And first of all, it's not real investing. But really and truly though, of course, when you take a scarce resource, let's just say a card where there's literally a limited amount of production from the card. Oh, NTV, very nice, very nice. So when you have a limited amount of production on an item and like, there's enough people who want it, then yes, of course, by definition, the price will like increase. But the thing is, Charizards and like, like 25 years ago, let's be real. I don't know like what the I guess demographics of like our viewership is exactly, but as a person, like who was like born during a time like, when like let's say Nintendo and like just slightly before was like a thing. Games and gamers and gaming in general was actually kind of a fringe thing. Like, of course, there were many gamers in the world, but because there was like lack of community, because there was still kind of a stigma, because like, like it's just the way like society was, gaming was not as socially accepted back then as it was today. So the thing is, if you had like a hobby, like let's just say me as a child getting Pokemon cards or whatever like that, first of all, there were less adults collecting this because, well, your social circle might have like, ridiculed you for such a thing. So the thing is like the number of people actually like, first of all, adults who would take care of these products, those people are less. Like it was mainly kids, like, like opening these products and stuff. But now, even if these adults like got these cards, the concept of them actually becoming more scarce and valuable was not really even like on the radar for most people, because like I said, like who would really want to buy a bunch of cards meant for children? And like, a lot of like your social circle would probably think that you're kind of like geeky or maybe even a loser or whatever for like, collecting such a thing. So like chances are you either didn't care about the product or you got rid of it. Simple, as you grew up. But then of course as we know in today's world, like, well, chances are you should just take care of everything and treat everything with respect. And, if you like something, own it. If you like it, you like it. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. But that being said, enough people feel that way in today's world. So really what's happening is when you're trying to like, buy Pokemon cards and like try to make like big money with it, the amount of, oh, very nice, Ariados with Janine. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. The odds of you actually, basically your cards, like, having like this like crazy valuation, like let's just say again, a random pack of like $3.99 Pokemon card giving you $170,000 Charizard, even 25 years from now. If you had a new card, let's just say the Umbreon VMAX, right? I don't think it's ever going to be $170,000 USD unless the rate of inflation is so high that basically $170,000 doesn't mean anything anymore, right? Because quite honestly, one thing that actually disappears now, in today's world where like gaming is accepted, and you own what you like and you own your hobbies and whatever, is there's just going to be a lot more good condition cards in the future than there were from 25 years ago till now. It's just like almost objectively true, because um, people today, like, the first thing you think of now is like you sleeve your cards or whatever, right? You don't like play them with like bare unprotected on top of a park bench. Like these are just like common sense things that exist today, but that's because you can literally just go out of your way, like well, actually, you don't even have to go out of your way, like you don't even have to go to a game store or whatever to buy your sleeves. Like people buy like these kind of things online even, right? And so like, and if you have any friends who at all collect cards or Pokemon or anything like that, they'll probably tell you, oh yeah, for expensive cards you should try to protect them and not put them and scrape them against the picnic table. Common sense, I guess. um so that being said, I mean, will we have like, proportionally like, similar growth with like, cards of today compared to like, let's say vintage to now? And the answer is very unlikely. I mean, I'm not going to say it's impossible. Really unlikely. So I'm not going to say you're not going to make money, right? Because obviously, like, that's like, you will make money, because as long as there's still a demand, as long as there's still people who want to buy your card, I mean, it, like I said, as long as there's demand and there's a scarcity, there will always be some kind of price that you can sell something for. But um, I'm just hoping that when you're trying to like, keep these Pokemon cards for like, as a quote unquote investment, you have to be very realistic with the kind of returns you're doing. Um, and truly, most people aren't going to make money. Quite simply, right? People's tastes change, right? Um, and I guess like everything depends on, you know, how badly people actually want what you have. Because that's the thing. Another thing I guess you have to think about in today's world with today's products is, how do you know people will actually want what you have, right? Because some things sound like they're kind of obvious, and maybe they are, but like, oh, like, what if all of a sudden Electabuzz gets some awesome new movie and everyone likes Electabuzz all of a sudden? Oh man, wish we all kept our Electabuzzes instead of selling them all off. Oh, nice. Reverse Hollow Professor's research with Rowan on it. Very nice. Oh, Luminion V. Non full art, non alt art, but you know what? Very playable. I will take it. Hope you actually enjoy watching these. In the end, I know like opening packs and stuff are a dime a dozen, but I personally, even before I collected Pokemon cards, I actually I enjoy watching these videos of people. Come on, we all know the big names, right? But I enjoy watching their videos. And like my son would be like, oh look, he's opening Pokemon cards. They're so excited to open them. I'm like, yeah, I know. Like I like it. I don't even know what these cards do. But I'm pretty sure if he's excited about a card, then it must be good. But that's the thing. So and I myself, I enjoy, I enjoy opening cards. So I'm like, well, if I know there's people who like watching this kind of thing, and I know that there's people who like cracking packs, then this video is for you. If you're actually still watching this far, basically, if you like and comment on this video and tell me what card you're looking for in Brilliant Stars, like, what's like kind of like the card that you're most excited to pull, what's the card that you're like, just looking to really like, I guess kind of prize as like the main card that you're like most proud of owning in your collection, then basically you'll automatically be entered to win one of these Brilliant Stars ETBs. It's very simple. That's the thing you're going to notice about this channel. We give away prizes very easily. And, it's really just because I want, the community to just, have something that they like enjoy watching. I actually, throughout my life with like various hobbies that I've had, there was like certain like community channels or like, certain groups of people that I always liked, watching or listening to their content. And it was just like a nice way to brighten up my day. And I figure, I'm like, well, if I can be just that person for even just a few people, that would be great. And by the way, I'll give you something while you're watching, right? So, yeah. Either way, anyway. So, I keep skipping cards. But anyways, beautiful. Morty with Dusknoir. Very nice. Look at that. Beautiful. And Muck. another thing. Yeah. Anyway, so if anyone out there, just like if they find like like a lot of joy, just like listening to me banter about Pokemon collecting and opening up packs, then this video is for you. And also just remember, we also do live streams weekly on Twitch, twitch.tv/teampathpeak, and we give away prizes there as well. And in that I'm with JP Kuma, and we have like discussions on just like, let's say, more in-depth discussions of Pokemon, as you're probably aware, or maybe you're not, but basically JP, he is our, let's just say, gaming guru when it comes to Pokemon. He actually has a very good mindset for trading card games in general. He's actually played semi-professionally in other games too. He's made it to Pokemon World, so like there's a big wealth of experience like for like the things that he says related to the game, and like he has like great insight. And I know personally, like I play the game, and I play a lot of like tabletop games and video games too, I guess, but like I do have a mind for strategy, and I do like I do have a finer grasp of like subtleties when it comes to playing games. But like card games aren't exactly my forte, and I'll tell you right now, like the decision making process that like goes through my head compared to like what happens in Kuma's head, not even close. He like every time he like observes me like playing games and stuff, he immediately after like my turn ends, he tells me like, oh yeah, like this would be a better path for you to take and all this stuff. I'm like, oh, it sounds very obvious when you say it, but so anyways, it's very worthwhile to listen to his gaming discussions. So I hope that you can be there. But for me, I'm okay. Did I really just pull this? There's another card back there too. Hold on. Amazing. Anyways, Single Strike Urshifu VMAX, the gold version. Amazing. And what's behind this? Whimsicott V-Star. Still good. What a great pack. But with my mindset, obviously, like I said, I'm collector first, but I'm not collecting for the money. To tell you the truth, with most things in life, I actually don't really, I don't sell things. I definitely don't flip things. I buy and collect things based on like my own wants and enjoyment out of it. And then don't get me wrong, if your enjoyment is flipping things, cool, I guess. But that's not what I do. I can though, like whenever I buy things, whether it's a new card or an old card, one, I do understand valuation, but I actually, I'm actually like, I find it very interesting to see like the trends of like the valuation, and see like what price it used to be, what price is it now, what has happened, like has the gameplay affected it at all. Most of the time Pokemon gameplay is actually like a very, very secondary thing. It's really just about collectability, popularity, waifu. Yeah. But the point is, because in general, because I have like a finance background, my mind kind of works a little different when it comes to evaluating, like trends and valuation in these cards. So I find like that like kind of indirect part of this hobby to be like particularly exciting. And maybe you'll find some good things from that kind of knowledge that I can provide, right? You know what? I actually I've not pulled a single full art trainer, and the full art trainers are what I collect. There's only one pack left, guys. I didn't pull out a full art trainer, right? Oh, no, I didn't. I've got good cards, don't get me wrong. Cannot complain. It's always fun to open packs. But let's see, come on. What do we need? Gloria, Marnie, Cynthia, the waifus, I guess, right? So, ironically, the ones I don't really own yet. But regardless, thanks for joining me today. I hope you had an enjoyable time just hanging with me for a few minutes, right? And cling clang. Okay, sure. And Papa. Oh, you know what? Okay, that's loved it. But Manaphy, yay! Very playable, very useful. Well, regardless, then, guys, thanks for joining me today, and I hope to see you next time. Have an amazing rest of the day. Thanks for tuning in. Bye, guys.